You burst in from the rain. You were swearing and walked past me. All that mud.
Hello everybody and welcome to Nathan on Shuffle and to my latest episode here of New Album Spotlight. This is the show where I put the spotlight on a new album in progressive rock or related genres and introduce you guys to it and recommend it to those who appreciate the description of the music in this video. So just a short review and giving my impressions, and hopefully it's something you'll check out on your own time. So today I have a really cool one. This should be a pretty short review because it's a pretty short album. In fact, it's labeled as an EP, basically around 30 minutes long, but it's a really great album that I wanted to spotlight that just recently came out. The band is called A.C.T. They were formed in 1994 in Malmö, Sweden. Really, they're an incredible group that I think doesn't get the attention they deserve. They're so great at what they do. I wish they were bigger than they are, but they really do this exciting blend of almost this power pop style music, but with some progressive leanings, even some metal edge at points, but they always keep the melody central, and it's just really fun, infectious music. You could compare them to the likes of Queen or Supertramp or ELO, but also with a bit of a Dream Theater or Rush kind of bite to them. And sometimes they have little quirky, humorous type stuff like you might hear from It Bites or Zappa. You might hear some Styx in there, even a blend of some classic prog stuff like Genesis and Kansas and Jethro Tull and that kind of thing. They just really are a great melting pot of a lot of different styles. One of my favorite albums from them is called The Last Epic. Really a cool concept album that came out quite a bit of time ago. They went on a little bit of a hiatus between 2006 and 2014, but they're back with a vengeance and have really been firing on all cylinders in recent years. And this is their third EP that they've released recently. They released Rebirth in 2019 and then Heatwave in 2021. So this is somewhat of a new direction for the band, away from their full-length albums and into these more shorter bursts of music. But I think that's really fun because it leaves you wanting more, and it just packs a punch, these shorter albums, and it allows them to experiment a little bit with some new sounds and some new ideas. And it seems like these EPs are actually all interconnected, so you can kind of put them all together and they somewhat do create a full-length album if you place them all in tandem with one another. It seems like this is the third of a planned 4 EP set of songs somewhat set with the same conceptual ideas. This EP was released March 3rd, so very recent. You can go check it out on streaming services. You can check it out from the band. I believe they're selling physical copies as well. It comprises of 6 completely new songs, and really the concept here on Falling is that something horrible is approaching from the sky, headed for Earth at a fast speed. Almost all life on Earth is heading for extinction, and this is the time left for the humans to really think about their impending doom, and it results in a lot of thoughts, feelings, and actions from throughout these tracks. But as dark as that subject matter seems, the music is actually really light and fun and poppy and catchy and has a lot of hooks and infectious melodies coming into it. So don't expect this big doomy sad sound because of the concept. It's actually a fun juxtaposition between those things, between the lyrical concepts but the fun music behind it that's really just a blast to listen to, at least from my perspective. This is the kind of music I really fall in love with and have a lot of fun with. The album begins with Fall In, which is basically just a short introductory soundscape with some animal noises and a building atmosphere. Then we get into the first track, Proper, which is Digging a Hole. Just a very fun, catchy pop prog song, has a bouncy melody. You can feel the fun that the band is having. You even get some woes and stuff, like in the background vocals, some chanting things that I think would come off good live. Great sing-along moments, but there's also some harder edge sections with tinges of prog metal in the guitars and a really cool creative keyboard section that really balances this out. So it's a really great track that really introduces you to this world. The Girl Without a Past has some skittering 80s style keyboards at the start, some really beautiful singing, has almost an 80s ballad feel, but a bit more dancey and bouncy with some fun synth sounds. Some great catchy bits lead into a great melodic chorus, some fun synth soloing in there, just some really brilliant stuff and really fun music to listen to once again. Breathe is another track that has that bouncy, fun feel with a bouncy keyboard and drum part to start, but it settles more into a more laid-back groove than the first two, but has a really lush, beautiful melodic chorus, a really great pop prog ballad, but with a little bit of that maybe vaudevillian Queen style feel, balancing that out to make it a fun listen. A Race Against Time is a bit more heavy with a dark, almost industrial vibe. This is where you get more of that prog metal leanings in their sound. We get some female vocals underneath the lead male vocals also, and it ends with some apocalyptic sounds. You know, this is where you get more of that darker feel that might be more in line with the lyrics and the content of the story here. And One Last Goodbye is another one that has that bouncy pop prog feel, almost theatrical in its style, but still I feel like this album really retains a lot of an 80s aesthetic throughout. Some good 80s style guitars accompanying vocals on a great chorus. Just a good rocker here with a great little pop edge to it, and a great emotive guitar solo in the second half of the song with this cool 80s drum sound. So really a cool track also. And then it all culminates in The Earth Will Be Gone, which once again has some poppy keyboards and some dreamy vocals and a big soaring anthemic chorus, some orchestration in there with some string sounds, give it a more bigger impact in its emotional weight. The verses have that characteristic bouncy Queen-like feel that I've been talking about throughout the album, with some great vocal harmonies. In the middle it starts to get more sad and plaintive. Feels almost like musical theater to a perspective in the middle section, with some trading vocals between male and female. Just quiets down to some keyboards and vocals before it really swells and has a big key change and ends in an epic guitar solo. Great anthemic way to end this EP. Then we get another short track that has like those air raid sirens and explosions and stuff, sounding like that impending apocalypse feel that, you know, whatever has been falling to Earth has finally landed, and this is the destruction of the Earth at the end. So really fascinating concept, really fun sound. All of the tracks are just a joy to listen to. Even if you don't care about the concept, it's just fun music to put on and to sing along to and to really enjoy. Just, this is the kind of music I really like, and if you're a fan of this type of pop prog stuff that I tend to like It Bites, and that kind of stuff, Supertramp, ELO, you know, those types of things that are more intelligent art rock style but have that fun pop flavor to them as well. That's what you get here, with little tinges of prog touchstones from the likes of Dream Theater, from the likes of, you know, the classics, Genesis, Kansas. And it just creates a really fun soundscape that I really enjoyed. Definitely, if you haven't heard of this band or haven't heard from them in quite a while, I really recommend the other EPs as well, Rebirth from 2019 and Heatwave from 2021. They all stand together really well and make for a pretty fun listen through, just listening back to back to the 3 EPs in a row. So just wanted to put your attention towards that, because I know they're a little bit less known and deserve a lot more attention. So hopefully you enjoy this and go check it out. And thank you guys once again for joining me on a New Album Spotlight. I really appreciate all that you guys do for the channel and your support of me and what I do. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you hopefully in another video. Bye everybody!